From 2006 to 2008, the Nintendo Wii had a guerrilla grip on gamers internationally, and two of those gamers were these young boys right here. And for these gamers, the Nintendo Wii was their dream console. Not only did its motion controls feel like something out of the future, but it also offered something no gaming console had before. It was welcoming and accessible to non-gamers.
In the past, if you had handed a PlayStation or GameCube controller to your parents, they'd spin around a couple times confused and then hand it back to you. Yeah, that looks really fun, bud.
Oh, there's actually a lot more to the game.
No, yeah, it looks really fun.
So Nintendo created the Wii to address that exact problem.
Let me start with a couple of questions for you. Do you know anyone who's never watched TV, never seen a movie, never read a book? Of course not. So let me ask you one more question. Do you know someone, maybe even in your own family, who's never played a video game? I bet you do. How can this be? If we want to consider ourselves a true mass medium, if we want to grow as an industry, this has to change.
For the first time, everybody in the family wanted to give a video game a try, but it wasn't just any video game, it was none other than Wii Sports. The Wii's brand new motion controls and the simplicity of Wii Sports was a perfect storm, making the Wii the hottest gift of the year for multiple years in a row.
But for many gamers, including these little rascals, the Wii had a longevity problem. Now don't get us wrong, Nintendo always delivers on great games, like Super Mario Galaxy. That game saved my marriage, which is weird because I was 10.
It was a weird year.
Yes, it was. But years into the Wii's life cycle, major video game franchises were skipping the Wii and choosing the PS3 and the Xbox 360. And that was happening for two reasons. First, the Wii was built around motion controls. Turns out when you get home from work and want to unwind and play a video game, you don't want to always flail your arms around and spear a controller through your TV.
And when oh, jeez. And there goes the tennis racket.
And second, it was the less powerful machine. The PS3 and the Xbox 360 could run games with better graphics and processing needs.
After the wow factor of the Wii and Wii Sports had faded, and nunchucks began to collect dust in the basements of holiday parties, Nintendo had one last chance to capture that magic with a sequel to their most popular game.
Let me introduce you to Wii Sports Resort, which is literally a day at the beach. And as you may have heard, we're about to redefine the Wii Remote thanks to this. It's called Wii Motion Plus.
Wii Sports Resort wasn't just a simple sequel. It required you to have an extra accessory attached to your controller.
Now you'll notice that as Cammy is subtly rotating her wrist, that precise action is being reflected on screen. And as she moves her hand in front of her in space, it knows exactly where her hand is.
At the time, the reveal of this revolutionary technology had us asking, wasn't that what the Wii was supposed to fucking do in the first place?
The pitch of the Wii Remote at launch was to use motion controls to simulate real-life sports, fighting, aiming, and more. And the Motion Plus was just the exact same? Instead of making the Motion Plus feel like advanced tech, it felt like Nintendo was admitting that the Wii controller needed to be fixed for $20 per controller.
I can tell you that there will be one Wii Motion Plus accessory and extended jacket packaged with every Wii Sports Resort. And of course, others will be available separately.
So even though a Motion Plus came with the game, obviously the sequel to the most popular couch co-op game of all time wouldn't be played with just one controller.
So for Nintendo to ask us to come back to the Wii for the low price of $70 was insane. Nintendo, you want me to pass around a controller that constantly requires me to put on, adjust, and take off a wrist strap? I'd rather kill myself.
Too far.
You're right. Sorry.
Too far.
Yep, nope, I went too far, I realized it immediately. When opening Wii Sports Resort for the first time, it becomes apparent that this has a little bit more depth than Wii Sports. It begins with your Mii quietly waiting in an airplane as a rendition of Wii Sports Resort plays on the radio.
We've reached our jump altitude, 13,000 feet. Air to jump. Roger.
Wait, hold on. Tony just texted me while sitting next to me and said, Tony's gotta get a paid? So I guess a quick word from our sponsor. Thank you, Opera GX, for sponsoring this video. Have you ever been relentlessly bullied by your friends and family for not having a gamer browser? Oh my god, does he just have
He's
regular
so annoying.
Chrome? Okay, guys, stop. That's a little mean.
His browser isn't.
I don't even stop. Stop! I said stop. Opera GX is an online browser that offers a ton of customization with GX mods. All you do is go to the GX store and you can instantly switch your browser's theme. Like this Wii mod. It changes the background music, keyboard sounds, themes and colors, opening and closing tab sounds, the wallpaper, and you can customize all these things in the mods menu available on the sidebar. The GX Corner also allows you to stay up to date on free games, deals, and new releases all in one place. Opera GX has a quick import tool that allows you to import your settings, browser history, bookmarks, and cookies from your old browser to Opera GX. And if you click the link in the description, you can also have our most recent videos featured on your browser. So every day can be a Tony day. So click the link in the description to get Opera GX. Now back to the video. Once you're ready to start the game, they open up the doors and your character leaps out of the plane. Now this next bit is actually pretty cool because due to the Wii Motion Plus, they immediately hand you control of your character falling from the sky. And as you fall, you start to notice that the other Miis on your console are also skydiving near you. As you join together and head closer to the ground, ready to pull your parachutes, you can tell Nintendo made this intro more theatrical, as if to say, yeah, we made a sequel to the game that got your grandma to try video games. This is such an incredible opening to the game because it gives the feeling to any kid playing that they're entering a new place full of adventure and fun.
School, homework, chores, eating, all that other stupid shit kids have to do doesn't exist here.
No, you still have to eat. Tony.
Sure, but I'm having the time of my life with golf, bowling, table tennis, golf.
Tony, I'm really worried about you. You have to eat more, okay? You can't
Wakeboarding, frisbee, archery, basketball, power cruising, canoeing, cycling, air sports, and swordplay.
Okay, well, don't just ignore me. You know, you can hear me talking to you, and you know that I'm saying something, and you're just listing shit off like I'm not here. You know, you have ears, and it's pissing me off, dude.
Sorry.
There.
The best way to see how much the Motion Plus has changed the controller is by looking at the legacy sports that are still here from the original Wii Sports. For example, bowling allows you to be much more accurate with the way you throw the ball. The rotation and spin definitely feel more accurate, but it's generally the same sport.
And in golf, you now need to keep your wrist perfectly straight through the swing or your shot will arc away from where you intended. Originally, the rotation of your wrist didn't matter at all, but now it has a bit more depth in keeping your shot straight and doing a realistic golf swinging motion. But that's really the only change. Beyond these tweaks, these games are largely unchanged. You know, bowling is still bowling, golf is still golf. They even have half of the courses just kind of copy pasted from the first Wii Sports. Table tennis is even just a smaller version of tennis with a little bit more spin on the ball.
But those games were all made originally without the Motion Plus in mind.
Wii Sports offers a variety of new games to play on top of those old ones. And while a ton of these sports are fun, we want to focus on one first, one that we think holds the entirety of Wii Sports together like glue. That sport is Island Flyover.
What's cool about Resort is that Wuhu Island, and yes, that's what it's called, isn't just a plot of land that the game takes place on. It has its own history and life to it.
Island Flyover showcases that perfectly. The controls are simple and intuitive. You just hold the Wii Remote as if it's a plane sitting in your hand, and when you tilt or turn the controller, so does the plane. After a few minutes of practice, it's extremely easy to get the basics down.
Nothing fully encapsulates the resort feel more than this mode. As you fly freely around the island, you're directed to points of interest. They give you facts about the people, the resort, the activities, and the history of the island itself. It's not just a dead map with points of interest though, they also fill the island with life.
As you cruise around, you see that there are planes in the sky of other resort goers enjoying themselves, people partying on the beach, watching the sunset, hanging out in town, boats, fishing, and whale watching, cars crossing the island, and most importantly, Mii's at the locations of the sports featured in the game.
Because as you start to collect these points, you notice that many of the landmarks are the active locations of all the other sports. Each sport doesn't have its own themed map disconnected from the others, they're actually placed in a specific spot on the island.
Table tennis takes place next to the tennis courts and pool at the hotel. Swordplay is at the Coliseum on the edge of the island. Golf is over on Wedge Island, complete with its own golfing hotel getaway. Cycling races cross long stretches of the island, and archery even has its final target inside of the volcano. I can't even explain this specific feeling, but it's just nice to feel that you're in a specific part of the resort when you're playing any part of any sport. And the world is full of points of interest that give you little facts about the island and its landmarks. Once you collect enough of them, you unlock more features for the island flyover mode.
For example, flying through 10 locations unlocks balloons all over the map that you can pop. Another 10 and you can now fly over the island at sunset. Fly enough and you'll eventually unlock night flying, fireworks, lighting up the town, and a 2-seater airplane.
The island is full of small little details, like Morse code that players can hear when they fly by the lighthouse. And when you translate it, there are a couple of funny conversations that are joking about what it's like to write in Morse code in the modern day. Our personal favorite is this beautiful rendition of the Wii Sports theme that's unique to the Cabana Lagoon location on the map. We love it so much that we just want to take a moment and let you listen to it. Now, are we explaining crazy advanced gameplay? No.
No.
We're talking about balloons popping.
Yeah, but we like it. It's calming.
Let us enjoy flying the plane. How many iframes are there when you dodge? Fucking let me enjoy the plane for once, dude. The cool thing about Island Flyover is that it really does add the feeling of being on a vacation on an island. Personally, before I played this mode, the game felt really disconnected. The menu screens take you straight to the sports, and unless you play something like Island Flyover or cycling, you can't really tell that this all takes place in specific spots on Wuhu Island. It's just a very simple, calming, and joyous mode. I just like it. So if Island Flyover is the glue that holds Wii Sports Resort together, then Swordplay is the glue that you eat because it tastes good.
Wait, I don't really get the analogy.
Tony, I'm trying to say that Swordplay is a lot of fun.
Swordplay is made up of 3 separate games. The first is Speed Slice, which is a training mode to teach you how to swing. You compete with another Mii to see who can slice objects the fastest. The first one to score 10 points wins.
And Swordplay is a bit of a spiritual successor to boxing and Wii Sports. That's cemented by the fact that the trainer for Speed Slice is none other than Matt, the Mii famous for boxing training and the final championship fight in Wii Sports. Other than Speed Slice, there's the fan favorite Swordplay Showdown, a gauntlet where you have to fight waves of Miis as you slash your way through different areas of the island. Swordplay Showdown is a blast. The experience of waiting patiently still with your motion controller sword as other Miis sprint across a bridge is surprisingly cinematic. Once you've had your fun in Swordplay Showdown and have been trained by the best trainer and man you've ever known, you finally get to prove your skills in Swordplay Duel.
What's special about the duels is how intimate the fights are. Instead of trying to knock down as many Miis as possible, your objective is to block, counter, and knock back a single Mii until he falls off the edge and into the water.
It seems pretty easy at first. You just kind of hack your way at every enemy until they fall off the edge. But once you get to a higher level, they get so frustratingly fast at blocking and attacking. There are several times I had to go look back at footage just to see how the Mii blocked my swing.
After training and dueling pretty much every Mii in the game, you'll finally become a pro and fight at the pro level. The crowds grow in the stands and the fights feel more official.
Alright, Matt, I'm so proud of the work we did, and I've risen the ranks, I've gone pro, it's finally time for the championship. And I couldn't have done it without you. Who am I? Matt, did you see how I sliced the egg?
Great job, kid.
Look at me! Look at me swing, Matt!
I'm so proud of you.
Matt, do you think we'll ever have to fight each other?
If we ever did, I would want you to try your best, and I would want you to win.
This one's for you, Matt. I did it! I can't believe it! I did it! Honestly, I don't think I could have done this without the hard work and training of my coach.
Hey! Did you not hear?
What's going on?
Matt hit the water wrong. He died. What? Yeah, the police are coming. They want to talk to you. I think they have some questions about what happened. Basketball.
Basketball is fun.
A pickup game of basketball is perfect for a motion controller. Swiping for the ball, shooting, and dunking just feel like the natural movements you'd make during a real game of basketball.
And weirdly enough, I can specifically picture how this game would be an absolute blast on a Saturday morning as a kid. Nintendo was just so good with the Wii Sports games at making you think that a sport has no depth, making it easier for beginners to pick up. But then when you play on your own, they start to slowly show you that the game has deeper mechanics when you're matched up against harder Miis.
Swordplay and basketball both showcase this by forcing you to learn better timing, similar to From Software games like Dark Souls or Elden Ring.
Now, what's more difficult at the end of the day? Trying to beat both phases of Millennia, or trying to dunk on Tommy in Wii Sports Resort when you're 11 years old? Both made me cry, so who cares? Frisbee Dog has a dog that flips.
You throw a frisbee with the aim of trying to land in the center of a target, and when you do, the dog catches it and flips.
That's good gameplay, because a regular dog would just catch the frisbee, but Frisbee Dog does a little flip, and that's good.
If you had a normal dog, he wouldn't flip.
Right, that's what but Frisbee Dog,
He flips.
He flips. He flips. And that's
good. But not all games are equally as fun as swordplay. Some are pretty average, like power cruising or wakeboarding, while canoeing is just plain annoying.
The motion tracking for canoeing either loses itself or switches your paddle to the other side of the boat, and for a sport with only two important aspects, how fast you're paddling or which direction you're paddling, these are the worst things that could happen.
The crazy thing about this game is that it nails the tropical feel of being on vacation so well while you're just sitting on your couch. The graphics aren't realistic, it's not a vast open world with a dynamic weather system.
I mean, hell, the people don't even have fingers. The best way to put it is that Wii Sports Resort just gets the vibe right, dude. The gameplay is fun in the sun, and on top of that, it's with Miis of people you know, or maybe the freaks you create in the Mii Maker. Either way, they're familiar faces that are spread across a comforting and welcoming island.
Even when you open the game, it updates you on what other players have done recently. I can see that Eddie just beat his record in cycling while I was gone. It's rare that a game celebrates the fact that you might be sharing your Wii with friends and family.
So yeah, Wii Sports Resort was not as popular or culturally impactful as Wii Sports, but that doesn't make it the lesser game. In fact, we actually think it's a much better game than Wii Sports. It just didn't have the cultural impact that its predecessor did because the original Wii Sports came free in the same box as the Wii. Resort wasn't on late night shows or local news simply because it would be impossible to replicate the craze of the Nintendo Wii at launch.
And what's cool about Resort is that it didn't try to. The game almost seems tailor-made to kids that stuck with the Wii. The release was on June 25th, 2009, releasing during the first month of summer vacation for kids in school. And what new game did they get during summer break? An invitation to an island resort full of life and activities.
The main draws of the game are things like fun, relaxation, friends, and family. And I'm a bit sad that we missed out on this game. We would have loved it when we were kids. But I think what's even sadder is that this was the last major entry in the era of everyone caring about the Wii. There was something really special about sitting around the TV with friends and family,
destroying your grandma in Wii Tennis,
watching their Miis show up even when you're playing alone,
and deleting your dad's Mii when your parents get divorced.
Tony, your parents got divorced when we were like 18.
I'm just spitballing ideas like you were.
You talked to Dad yesterday, Jesus Christ.
Even though we're very happy with a lot of modern gaming, nothing really exists like this anymore. There's no hub or characters on a console that feels welcoming to everyone in your home. This is what the Nintendo Switch homepage looks like. It's isolated to cater to one person because it's a handheld.
So even though the Motion Plus wasn't some crazy new technology, Wii Sports Resort is the epitome of what the Wii was trying to accomplish.
Do you know someone, maybe even in your own family, who's never played a video game? I bet you do.
The Wii not only got the general public excited about games, it encouraged and inspired families to huddle around the TV, laugh, compete, and spend time together.
After games like Wii Sports and Resort, I don't think there's anyone in our family who hasn't tried a video game anymore, and that's directly because of the Wii.
So even though something like this doesn't exist anymore, the Wii and the legacy of Wii Sports has had a lasting impact inspiring people to enjoy games together. And that's what we found was the best part of Wii Sports. And Frisbee Dog.
Frisbee Dog.
Frisbee Dog flips.
He does a flip. He's gonna catch the frisbee and he's gonna flip.
He's gonna do a flip.
He's gonna do a flip right after he catches it.
Game of the generation.
Game of the generation. Best game ever.